Your confidence didn't disappear. You just stopped keeping your word to yourself. Let's run it. What up, fighters? Peace, fighters. What's going on? Welcome to Next Round. Thanks a lot for rocking with me, and I'm grateful to have you fellas. And listen, we're going to be talking about confidence. Confidence, yeah. And that's something that a lot of fellas hold their hats on, is that confidence, right? There's always that thin line. What is confidence, and then also what is cockiness? But we're talking about confidence. And you know, we always have people just talking about like, yeah, this is why you lost confidence, and this is why you're not confident no more. But we got to talk about not only when you lose confidence, we want to talk about rebuilding it. So that's what we're talking about, man. Rebuilding your confidence one promise at a time. And here's the thing, fellas, is that oftentimes for us, when we self-doubt. And boy, if we don't hit a mark, or we miss out on something, if we don't, we claim that, hey, look, I'm gonna get this spot, I'm gonna be number one in sales, I'm gonna start scoring these many points, I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna be that, and we don't live up to it, or we are a little bit below at the mark that we have set for ourselves. That's when we're like, man, am I even good? Am I this? Am I that? And we've heard this many times, and this often happens particularly for a lot of high profile athletes. And because why? This is the people that if they sign a big contract, right? They sign a 5-year contract worth $100 million, or you have a 10-year, $200-300 million deal. There's a lot riding on you, and there is hope that they will stick. Their confidence will keep going up so that they can keep delivering, and that they can deliver on this contract. That's the name of the game. But there's a lot of times where we will see some who don't live up to it, and their confidence starts to slip, and slip badly. Case in point, in MMA, you really see it there. It's two sports that you really see more of that. It's more in MMA and baseball with Ronda Rousey, right? We remember Ronda Rousey was dominating. Like, there was no way. It looked like nobody could beat her. When you saw her face when she was walking and then walking up to the ring, she looked like she was ready to fight right there. She didn't even need to get into the octagon. She was like, let's do it right here. And she was just taking people out. First round, more than likely second round, I think oftentimes with her fights, that's where they ended. But when she took on Holly Holmes, and she just got boxed, and first time it happened, it was like, oh, that's what happened here. And you know, people was like, hey, Ronda, what happened? She said, hey, look, she got me and everything, but I'm just gonna have to go back in the lab. All right, bet. Second time around, same thing happened. The Holly Holmes Rousey fight 2, Holly got her again. And this is where, when after like a few months after or so of the fight, a month or two, this is when she was on a talk show, and she was saying, yeah, I was nobody was starting to believe in me, and this and that. I didn't believe in myself. And it even went into her love life, that she was with her guy. I don't know if they're still together, but she was with her guy. And she said, yeah, I'm saying that this is the man I want to have to spend my life with. I want to have a child with and everything. And I don't feel that he wants to be with me because of what I had to deal with. I lost and this and that. And people started saying, oh yeah, Ronda's a shell of herself. She's not this and she's not that. And it messed with her self-confidence because of those 2 losses. And I think she took on Amanda. Did she? I know Holly did, but I can't remember if Ronda did, but I think she did, and she lost that one too. And that was like, this is where people just started turning on her. But I'm not going into that. I'm talking about how it happened, how it even leaked into her love life. And I'm sure her guy was like, baby, hey, you lost, it happens. This is not an easy career you're in. Like, everybody think that they can beat somebody, but when you get in there, oftentimes that other person on the other side of the octagon, they're better than you. But she started to lose her confidence. And so this is the same thing as it is with us. As men, when we lose our confidence, boy, we sit in the slumps. We're like, yo, I don't feel I'm good enough. I don't feel I'm this. I don't feel I'm that. I don't even feel like I'm worth it anymore. Maybe I was never meant to be here. Man, we go to some extremes, right? Man, maybe I was never meant to be here, when that's not true. You were meant to be where you are. You worked hard to get there. So why weren't you meant to be there? Right? So we see MLB players, same thing. When they go through a season-ending injury the season before and they come back, now you start to see them hesitant. All the training, all the rehab and everything, but when the season starts, you start to see them a little bit hesitant. And then it just takes a little time. And some, they get back to form. Others, it takes a little time to get there. Others don't ever get back to form. And then that shakes their confidence. That brings their confidence down. And then they say, yeah, I'm not that person I was anymore. I'm not him. I'm not that guy no more. So this is where we have to go into, for us, why it's so important that we got to find a way to rebuild it. Some of you can relate to this. You've said, hey, look, I'm going to start losing weight. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to start getting better in sales. I'm going to start making sure I'm a better dad. I'm a better husband, a better boyfriend. I'm going to be a better brother, better son. You made all these things. You made all these promises, but you haven't lived up to it. And look, how many of y'all have said that? I'm going to get in shape. That's like the number one thing we hear, right? It's just like a New Year's resolution. I'm going to get in shape. I'm going to go to the gym. And study has shown that when people make these resolutions by mid-January, they say by the 3rd or 4th day of January, 50% are gone. By mid-January, it goes up even significantly. You're now at the 80 to 90%. And oftentimes by February, early February, we're talking about 100% people are not in their resolution anymore. So it's just like when you hear someone say, I'm going to get back into shape. They go back and say, man, when I was in high school, when I was in college, and man, you should have saw how I looked. Man, 3-4 years ago, man, I didn't have to play sports. I just took off my shirt and I was looking good, right? But here it is. They say they're going to get in shape. Months pass, nothing changed. And it's not because they're lazy, it's because they made so many promises to themselves that they don't even believe their own words anymore. They've been saying for year after year, yeah, I'm going to go back to the gym. Yeah, I'm going to start getting myself together. And then their inner man, their spirit start getting into them. You believe that? You believe what you just said? You said this already. Oh, you're going to be number one in sales again? You believe that? You said you was going to do that 2 years ago, but you're not. So that's when your spirit, your inner man start letting you know, I don't even believe you. And then of course, once your inner man don't believe you, everybody else outside don't believe you. All right, man. You say you're going to the gym again. All right. I've heard that one before. Okay, we'll see. We shall see. And men think that confidence is hype, it's motivation, it's charisma, or just being impressive. But nah, that's not confidence. Confidence is the quiet knowing that you do what you say that you're going to do. You live up to what you said you're going to do. That's confidence. That builds your confidence. So it's just like a father. He has little man got his games, and dad says, hey, look, little man, I'm going to take you to your game. Don't worry, I'm going to be there. All right. Here, little man starts his game, whether it's baseball, basketball, whatever, soccer, whatever he's playing, dad is not there. He's looking at the sidelines. Don't see dad. Little lady got her games also, or she got a recital, and baby, I'm going to be there. Don't worry about it. I'm promise you're going to see me. Doesn't see you. Tell your lady, hey, babe, I'm going to make sure we spend some time together. I know that I've been working and doing all these things, and I'm hanging out with my boys and everything, but I'm going to spend some time with you. I'm going to make sure I give you my time, give you an hour, 2 hours of my time. I want to make sure I give you some time. And here it is. Hour, 2 hours, more hours pass, you're not there. So you can't keep up your word. And here's the thing, you start to lose confidence because why? Because your kids are going to start losing confidence in you first. Hey, baby, I'm going to be there. Don't worry about it. Daddy's going to be there. Okay, dad. You got in a divorce and you're saying, listen, I'm going to pick you up. Don't worry about it. Friday afternoon, I'm going to pick you up from school and we're going to hang out. Saturday, I'm going to come by and pick you up. We're going out. Saturday after the Saturday, Friday after Friday, you haven't picked them up. So the weekend that was designated for you and them is not there. And you give them another excuse. Hey, listen, dad had to do this. Dad had to work. Sorry, dad had to do this. Dad had other things to do. Okay. You couldn't tell your supervisor, couldn't tell your boss, hey, look, man, I can't do no overtime right now. I gotta beat my babies right now. I gotta beat my babies at the moment, so I can't do that. But you didn't do that. So here's the thing. After a while, your kids, your ladies, they're not gonna believe you no more. They're not even gonna listen to you. Your own partners ain't gonna listen to you no more. Like, all right, man, you said that you was going to open up your own automotive shop. Okay. You've been saying that for 7 years. Have you even gone to the bank for a loan? Have you mapped out your business plan? Matter of fact, hell, I'll make it easy for you. Have you even sought out a location that you say could be the potential space for your shop? Have you done that? Because you've been going to everybody else's house. You've been fixing up people's cars in your driveway. All right, how about your own? But for this past 7 years, you haven't even looked. So at this point, your self-doubt is getting louder. And the reason why your self-doubt is getting louder is because your follow-through has been quiet. Say that for you again, for those who just coming in. Your self-doubt is loud is because your follow-through has been quiet. You say you're going to go out there and you're like, man, I hate being by myself. I don't like being alone. I want to just start getting out there and start talking to ladies and start dating, but you're not leaving your house. When you do leave your house, you go and get what you got to get and make a beeline out the door and back out there. You got apps and everything. You're barely on the apps. You just liking profiles. That's it. But you ain't shooting your shot at nobody. And then you turn away and say, man, all these women are the same. They can't be the same if you haven't spoken to nobody. But here's the other part that why your self-confidence is dropping, because you've been getting a whole bunch of rejections. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thanks. Yeah, rejections can shoot down your confidence. But there's also the other part. There's some of you out there who haven't even attempted to talk to no honeys. You haven't even attempted to make no mark to do anything for yourself and say, hey, look, let me go and at least shoot my shot at 1 or 2 for the year. You didn't do that. So while you're not fulfilling your words that you say you're going to fulfill, your confidence is going to get shot. It's going to keep getting shot. Family's not going to believe you no more. Your friends are not going to believe you no more. Your lady's not going to believe you no more. Your kids ain't going to believe you no more. They're like, all right, Dad, we heard this already. Or you tell your trainer, hey, look, listen, I made sure I'm going to be there. I'm going to come there on Wednesday morning, bright and early. You're going to see me. Okay. You haven't showed up yet. Another excuse. And when you go there, let's say you do meet your trainer, you think that you did something good because you just showed up. No, you still haven't fulfilled your word, because now you're given a half-ass workout. And you expect that like, yo, man, we did some work. Woo! Your trainer looking at you like, no, you didn't do anything. All you did was complain. All you did was make up excuses. Your hip hurt, your shoulder hurt, your back hurt, your legs hurt, your knee hurt. You just been making up excuses. So your trainer had to keep tailoring and altering the workout in order to match you. So, to match your excuses, and now you're wondering like, man, how come I didn't lose no weight? So here's the thing, fellas. One kept promise can change a man's whole posture. One kept promise can change your posture. You go and you fulfill your word to your kids. Hey, kids, Dad's here. I said I was going to be there. All you got to do is go to one. Go to one game. Start with one game. Start with one recital. Give your lady a good hour, and where it's just you and her vibing. Take time to go ahead and go out the house, be somewhere. I'm not saying you got to go out and tell some chick, yeah, I'm gonna go and take you out. No. Just relax. Just talk. Open your mouth. Hi. And if she says no, guess what? You just having a small conversation that can do something to your confidence. But man, she didn't give me her number, and I ain't leave the place with her. Who cares? You opened your mouth. So it's just like that player who's been in that slump. You got that MLB player who's been in that slump, been 0 for 8, 0 for 10, 0 for 12. People booing them and everything. But all they need is the crack of that bat. A single, a double. Line drive. That's all they need. Oh, that thing look like it's going over the wall, but it hits the wall. All right. Here we go. Keep going. Another double, another single, another single. But here's the crazy thing, fellas, that you got to understand. What's the most common thing? The bat is making contact with the ball every time. Is making contact. No, they're not hitting the home runs like they used to, but it's making contact. And then one game, all it takes is one game, the right pitch, out the park. Out the park again. Out the park again. Now, they got 5 homers in 5 games. So what you think that does to them? It builds their confidence. And we hear it, right? At the post-game conference. They be like, yeah, you know what? I feel confident. I feel very good. Felt very good out there. Sometimes when those players come back from a season-ending injury or a long injury that kept them out for a long time, all they just wanted to do is just run the bases again. That's all they wanted to do. Just get that going. Get the blood flowing again. And they feel confident just from that. We see a lot of NBA players, a lot of NFL players. They just want to get back on the field, get that running, just to get the feel of the game again. And then that starts to build their confidence. Some of you guys are trying to do all things at one time. No, build it. Let it build. And how are we going to build that? 1, set one daily promise that you cannot break, no matter how small it is. No matter how small it is, set one daily promise that you cannot break. When I get up, I'm going to clean the bathroom. When I get up, I'm going to clean the kitchen. When I get up, I'm going to make up my bed. Make up your freaking bed. I mean, come on, guys. When I get up, I'm going to put my clothes in the hamper. When I get home, I'm going to wash my clothes. Something. Make one daily promise to yourself. Next, celebrate your consistencies, not perfection. That's what hampers a lot of us men. We trying to be perfect. No, just be consistent. Small consistencies. Again, show up to the little one's game. You say you're going to pick them up, pick them up. You ain't got to, all they just want to do is spend time with you. Just pick them up. Go somewhere. Just pick them up. You say you're going to pick them up at 4, pick them up at 4. You say you're going to pick them up from school, pick them up from school. You say you're going to spend some time with your lady? Spend a little time with her. And get off your phone. Spend a little time with her. Is she going to stay on her phone while you're with her? That's on her. But if you can be consistent and at some point, if she's rational and she's observant, she's now going to like, all right, yo, bet, my man is here. All right, let me chill. Let me get off my phone. Let me spend some time. Let me talk with him. But if you're doing that consistency and she's consistently, and she's not doing it and she's still on her phone, well, then maybe now go back until she finally realized that, man, I didn't realize I had his attention this whole time. Next up, track your wins. Track your small wins. Confidence grows when you see the proof. You remind yourself, oh yeah, well, I picked up the kids last week. All right, bet. I took baby girl to her recital. Okay. And then after that, we went for ice cream. After that, we went to some, I don't know what you call them, the playhouses or whatever you call them. All right, bet. I took my son to the arcade. He enjoyed it. All right, bet. You know what? After that, we went to go grab something to eat. Just seeing little man smiling did something for me. Track your wins. All right, me and honey, we took a walk. We took a walk around the park. We took a walk around the block. Took a walk in the neighborhood, just talking and just hearing things out. There we go. Consistency. And you're tracking one win after another. Yo, we did that last week. Now we're doing this week. Now we're doing this another week. You know what? 3 weeks straight, we've been vibing with each other. Man, I can't believe it. I went out 3 times and I spoke to 3 women. I may not have gotten their numbers or anything, but I had the confidence to go and speak to someone. That's all it takes, y'all. Get the feel for the game again. And all it takes for you to get back on the field. Your kids want to spend time with you. Your lady want to spend time with you. If you're a single man, yo, spend time with yourself. And stop knocking yourself down. Stop tearing yourself down. Hop in the gym. It just takes 1 rep. Then it turns into 3. Then it turns into 5. Then it turns into 8. Then you're doing 10. All it takes is 1 day. Go 1 day. Then go 2. Then go 3. Then go 4. That's all you need. 4 days in that gym to do something to yourself. And then you start making other progresses. You know what? I don't need that. I don't need that fast food. I don't need that. I'm good. I don't need that. I don't need that. Little by little. Now, you know what? Instead of me going getting that Diet Coke that's going to help me, let me go and get some water. You know what? Instead of me taking the elevator, my office or our department is up on the 3rd floor. I could take the steps. That's all you got to do. Little progresses, all right? So track them. Yo, thanks a lot for rocking with me. And I want you to rebuild your confidence, but it's only going to happen one step at a time. And remember, no matter if you win or lose, the battle is never over. And your confidence can be rebuilt only if you remember there's always the next round. I'm Anthony. We're going to rock this again, fellas. See you on the next one. Peace.